Successful project managers understand the need for project documentation. Documentation can be internal, to document your own processes, procedures, and the activities of your project. Documentation can also be external, to keep external collaborators, especially your project owner, customer, or client, up to date with progress. Although Corecon includes documentation features in nearly every feature and module in Corecon, there are 4 documentation features included in the documentation module. To find that, go to Projects, select a project, and you'll see Documentation under the Project Management and Field Staff heading. Corecon features offer 4 additional forms of project documentation, namely project photos, daily logs, meetings, and work orders. This training video is an introduction to the documentation module and its features. We will also cover the settings to consider before you begin recording new documentation. Some documentation in Corecon includes features to help you keep on schedule with reminders, alerts, and calendars. At the project level, you have a documentation calendar. You have follow-up items for external team members and open items for external team members. You also have at the top of the page another option for alerts lists and alerts calendars. This alert calendar includes all reminders and alerts from all projects that you have access to. Also, back on your home menu, you'll have information on the alerts tab. And if you go to all open items, you also have meeting item tracking. If we go back to the project and switch to the help article on alerts and calendars specific to documentation, you can see several of the dates that we're going to use in some of the features. We'll also ensure that these items show up on alerts and calendars, and some show up for TeamLink portal viewers. Back to the project and back down to documentation. There are a few settings to consider before you begin creating new project documentation. If we go to the global settings, to company settings, and then numbering, you'll see the opportunity to set a default numbering for meetings and work orders. The default set for you is the 3-digit code project dependent, but if you pull the options down, you'll see quite a few others to select from. Same for work orders. Next, let's go down to feature settings and then documentation. There are 2 options at the top related to daily logs. One are the number of days that you'll allow before a daily log will automatically lock. The other is whether you want to allow administrators to temporarily unlock a daily log report. The next item is a means of classifying entries called daily log activity type. These classifications are used to group and sort long lists of activities. The list that's provided for you is just a suggestion. We want you to open these and customize this list for your company's needs. Again, remember, these are just ways of grouping activity entries. If you'd like to edit, you have an edit option, you have add, you also have delete, which works if you've not used that activity item. The next item down are meeting types. Again, Corecon has provided a few suggestions in your account. However, we encourage you to customize this list to suit your company's needs. Meeting types are ways of categorizing meetings to organize, sort, and group them together. These especially play a role in the log style reports. These can be edited, you can add new, or delete existing. The third item are work order types. Again, Corecon has provided a few as a suggestion, but if you were looking at a long list of work orders, how would you want to group and sort work order types on a log style report? We encourage you to customize this list for your company. Back to Corecon Home and back to the documentation module. If you'd like to know more about this subject, we encourage you to go to the knowledge base, to the Corecon browser solution, leads and projects, documentation, and the information in this training video is covered in 2 help articles under default numbering and documentation feature settings.